Alright, so after driving for 4.5 hours, we are pulling up to Pipeline Campground, which is off of Pipeline Road here in American Falls, Idaho. And it's supposed to be a little campground right up here that's free, so can't beat that. And oh, there it is, right here. It's been a long, boring road. We've been on long, boring drive. We've been on boring roads, aka the interstate, pretty much, well, the entire time. So that's where we've been. But this is a nice little campground. Hey, look, it's somebody with a rooftop tent. It's a fellow expeditioner. He's an overlander because he's got a rooftop tent. Clearly, if you've got a rooftop tent, you're an overlander.
For the potty.
And it's got a potty. We're hardcore overlanders.
Potty closed.
The potty's closed. There's a big potty right there, though.
So that's it. Just a couple spots.
Ain't bad.
That's it.
We'll take it.
It's free.
Yep. Reserved.
You gotta see these birds. Look at the size of these birds. Oh my God, what are those? Are those pelicans?
I think those are pelicans.
All the way in the middle of no ocean?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
There's fish.
Man, I can't explain to you how stoked I am about this campsite. This campsite is awesome, right? So here we are. Check out the sunset. Huh? Check out the sunset. Absolutely gorgeous, right? And it's free. BLM Land is absolutely the way to go. 100%. Alright, on this episode of Camp Chef 𝑬𝒍𝒐𝒏𝒈, we got some boneless, skinless thighs, my favorite cut of chicken. And I'm heating up some water here because, I mean, we're in Idaho, right? So why not have loaded Idahoan baked potatoes? You know what I mean? Let's get it. Mashed potatoes, instant style. Although I will say, while I'm in Idaho, we gotta get a baked potato. Got to. Alright, so Kristi and I have got the heater inside the tent here, but the only problem is we've got the sun dome. The sun dome's not made for 30-degree weather. It's got mesh on both sides. Like, it's made for 60, 70, 80-degree weather and windy and breezy and stuff, but nonetheless, we're making do. We got our Mr. Heater buddy, and I'm pretty impressed.
It's keeping it pretty warm in here, even though it's
Escaping. Yeah. But yeah, I like it. That's a good piece. All right, this morning we're cooking some sausage and some grits. And I know what you're thinking. Not everybody's got grits. Not everybody cooks grits. And you're right. And not everybody knows how to cook grits either. So today I'm going to show you how to cook grits. If you've never tried grits, get at me, because I got to send you some stone ground grits, not just regular instant grits. Because that's all you can find. That's what we got. So today we're cooking instant grits. We're just going to have to deal with them. But let me show you how to make them right. First off, you get the water boiling. All right, now you got to stir in the grits into that boiling water. If not, they'll lump up on you. You need to stir them into that boiling water. It's about a half a cup of grits to 2 cups of water, usually. Let that sit there and boil. I think they say to let it sit there and boil for like 5 minutes. At home, I just judge it by the looks. But again, I normally cook with stone ground grits. These are instant grits. Now here's the secret. So first off, you gotta have love in everything that you cook. And right next to love, you gotta have butter. Now we're gonna put so much butter in here, Paula Dean's gonna get upset, all right? So that's the first round of butter. By the way, do not let those grits pop on you, because I promise you, that will make for a horrendous day. The grits pop on you, they get on you, they're burning, and they stick. That's what they do. That right there is just a little bit of the grease drippings from the sausage, aka more love. Next, you're gonna put some salt in there. Not a whole lot. And I always use fresh cracked pepper. If you're not that bougie, you can get the kind that just comes already ground up, but I like this kind because you can taste it. Just do it until you sneeze. Put it back over the heat. Again, we're gonna make Paula Deen upset. I'm gonna put so much butter in there, she's gonna get a little jealous. With it off the heat, go ahead and stir all that up. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the last secret ingredient to any good cheese, or any good grits, and that's cheese. I like to use cheddar cheese. Boom. Now let all that get good and mixed in there on real low heat right there. You'd be ready to eat. Make sure you let it cool down because this burns. And there you have it. After it's done right there, Kristi will take her a bite of them and go, mm-hmm. And that's when you know you did it right. Southern cheese grits, y'all. That's it, right there. Bow. Again, if you've never had grits and you want to try to make this and you cannot find stone ground grits, please get at me. I will send you some stone ground grits because you don't need to try it with just instant grits. Don't try grits your first time with just instant grits.
What do you say about them grits?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are on the road again in America Falls, Idaho, I believe is where this is. On Pocatello Avenue. Yeah, American Falls, Idaho. And we're back on the Trans-America Trail and headed towards Craters of the Moon National Preservation Site. Figure that'd be pretty cool. We did find out, we need to confirm, but we did find out that sounds as if Oregon's had 8 to 10 inches of,
No, 8 inches to a foot.
8 inches to a foot of snow
Higher elevation areas.
in the higher elevations. So hopefully that won't be near where we're going, and we can get on through Oregon, because I really like to get on through Oregon, but we're just going to have to find out. I think the only way that we can really find out is just do it. So if it gets too bad, then we will turn around. I played in Oregon last year and got stuck in a very dangerous situation. Luckily, I was able to get out of that situation with the help of some good Samaritans, but you know, the reality is that the chances of them being there were very slim to none, so I was just thankful that they were. But so I'm not going to take a chance on that situation, put mine and Kristi's lives in danger. The other thing is with the fires, the last thing you want to do is be stuck in snow and then have fires and all that stuff around you and all. So we very well may just have to turn around and not do some of Oregon, which will suck, but it'll have to happen. So it is what it is. If that's the case, hopefully it's not, but we'll see when we get there. So they definitely got some potatoes out here. This is potatoes, potato. I mean, they're growing nothing but potatoes out here. Why is it that Idaho is such a perfect place to grow potatoes and nowhere else can grow potatoes, or nowhere else is known for it like Idaho is? I wonder what the reasoning is. Is it something to do with the soil, or what causes Idaho to be the spot for potatoes? Heard something talking about on the radio too. I guess they grow onions out here pretty good, which I know they grow onions back at home right down the road. But potatoes, we've seen more potatoes. I mean, just unimaginable amount of potatoes. And we've only been here for what, 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably a day-to-day thing.
Oh, yeah.
And they're making some good money too, folks, off these potatoes, because this equipment they got is not cheap. The land they have is not cheap. We eat a lot of potatoes in America. Lots of potatoes. So this is lava remains from a volcano that happened over 2,000 years ago. Wow.
right along the Trans-America Trail. We're coming up on the Craters of the Moon monument, which is, if you look it up, it talks about this lava and how all this was created. I originally thought that it was created by like craters, or not by craters, by meteors or something, but apparently I was grossly mistaken. Kristi and I joke about the differences in people and accents and the way people act and stuff like that, but one thing that we have found to be common, no matter which part of the U.S. that you're in, is people love their dogs, and they bring their dogs everywhere. It makes us miss our dogs, because we got 3 mutts ourselves that, you know, as aggravating as they can be at times, you miss them. But that's the one thing that I've noticed all throughout, doesn't matter where you go, is that's the number one commonality, is people love their dogs. With good reason, because the dog's the most loyal animal out there. It won't never really do you wrong, you know? Give a shout out to the radio stations that advertise every single song they play. Right afterwards, they advertise how they don't play commercials. Every single song, never fails. Anyway, riding on, we're in the Arco to 𝗬𝒂𝒏𝒈 road in Arco, Idaho. And as you can see, it looks like there's some storms up ahead that we're going to be running into. And we're also looking for a gas station here shortly. We've dropped below a half a tank. There actually wasn't any gas stations around where we camped at either. So, luckily I filled up shortly before we got to camp yesterday. So it's not a huge issue. We got about 112 miles to go. I feel sure that we'll find something within the roads right here are a mix of everything. You got a little bit of gravel, got a little bit of sand, got a little bit of lava rock, got a little bit of regular rock. So it's just a nice little mixture of all of it. Nonetheless, make a pretty good time. We've traveled about 87 miles now, and it is 12:53, 1 o'clock almost. What time do we get started?
10?
About 10. That's the current situation. Hopefully we make it into Oregon today. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a good day. My sweetheart went red, blue, blue. That's the best possible combination you can have. Alright, so we've made it into the town of Arco. About to cross over the Big Lost River. Not so much of a big river, but
Definitely not lost.
maybe lost. Anyway, we're heading into Arco, about to get us some gas, and then make our way over that there mountain with all the numbers on it. What are those numbers? Numbers on that mountain.
75, 72,
50.
70.
What are the numbers on that mountain? I
77.
was able to figure out what those numbers are on the mountain by asking the gas station clerk, and she told me that they are the graduation year. So when people graduate, they will go up there to the mountain and spray paint the number. So pretty cool.
𝗵𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒈's Burger?
𝗵𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒈's Burgers is down this way. We're not going to 𝗵𝒄𝒄𝒏𝒈's Burgers today.
No.
But anyway, the earliest year is 1921 on there. So just a cool FYI. Correction. We were not going over that mountain because it was just a miscalculation on the map. Actually, it wasn't a miscalculation on the map. It is part of the trail. It's just another one of the pointless loop-de-loos that you do on the trail. You do a lot of them. Do a lot of snaking around the same exact road quite a few times. You know, 5, 6 times. Kind of crazy. But we've grown used to it by now. Alright, so sorry I didn't get any pictures, but the Student Conservation Association, some kids are out here spraying for a weed called gnatweed, and had gotten their rig stuck down in this pretty washed out road, And luckily, I was able to get them out and without too much craziness. Now, this is just getting
Worse and worse.
crazy. Not too bad, it's all rock. But anyway, so the old 4Runner was able to pull them out, and I tell you, I'd much rather have to use the recovery stuff that I do have for somebody else than for us.
For us, yeah.
Yeah, but I wasn't going to break out the Max Tracks, or not Max Tracks, I'm sorry, I don't have Max Tracks, I have a knockoff version of Max Tracks, but I didn't want to break those out because the only bad review that I've ever heard of those things is that they do crack, and if they crack, I want to be the one that cracks them. So I hate to sound some type of way, but you know, it is what it is. But now we're back on the road again. We're on Cherry Creek Summit Road. We are outside of 𝒬𝒂𝒏𝒈, Idaho, and we're carrying right along in the nastiness. I'm going to show you a glimpse of the current situation. We're just dealing with a messy road. It's not a real extremely bad road. We've definitely traveled on some worse, but it's just a nasty, just sticky road. I'd hate to be that guy pulling those 3 horses on that trailer up here, though.
Yeah.
That wouldn't be too fun.
No. I think I'd just ride them with this.
Have them pull the truck. And the terrain's not too incredibly bad, but it's definitely time consuming because we've definitely not made up any time. This is for sure. I do have it in 4 low with the multi-terrain select, not because you absolutely have to have it, but because it's nice to have. So this is the current situation, just slowly crawling up Cherry Creek Summit. Put my conductor hat on. We go up big climbs like this if you ain't got a hat on.
Mm-hmm.
It can really impede your process.
Gotcha.
See? And it's warm. God, it's warm. You laughing at my conductor hat?
Mm-hmm.
Choo-choo. She's interested, but she just doesn't know. Here comes someone. Look at that one. Looks like it's got the face of a lion up there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we are on East Fork Road, and we're still in 𝒬𝒂𝒏𝒈, Idaho, going through this little mountain range here along the Big Long River, and it's quite a beautiful mountain range. I wish that it wasn't so nasty that we could see it. Lots and lots and lots of cows out here, and we even got to see a real-life cowboy out rounding up the cows and all that good stuff. Which I was telling Kristi, I guess that's still probably the easiest way to get that done is on horseback, I would imagine, because it's just easier to maneuver a horse than it is a motorized vehicle a lot of times. The scenery's still pretty though. Drop something.
You're fine.
Oh. My precious. I think that we're done with the mountain pass though, which is good, so that means we can make up some time. Chrissy's wanting to know where her potato spot is. The crazy spud. Well, there's something that you don't see every day. The Jeep Grand Wagoneer.
How old is
Right
it?
at home, middle of the mountains. Say what, babe?
How old is that?
I don't know. I don't know what year it is. I think they made those in the 70s and the 80s. I'm not sure though. It's gonna let us pass. 4x4. Huh. Nice. So we're in Sawtooth National Forest, and we're coming down a mountain. It says that there's one of these roads gets pretty narrow and steep. There's been quite a few warning signs, so I don't know if we'll be going down that road or not. But I'm hoping that here shortly we'll be making it out of these storms. It looks as if there may be a slight bit of clearing over there in the distance, and hopefully we can get out of these storms. Although I don't think it's going to happen, I'd really hope to get some warmer weather too. But right now it's 39 degrees, and that's just not fun. But if we can at least get out in the rain to be able to set up a tent, then that'll be one notch in the belt, you know? So we are in Sun Valley, Idaho, which appears to be some sort of hooty tooty resort town, is what it appears to be to me. All I'm trying to do is find a baked potato. You know what I mean? Kristi's not messing around. I got the wildlings inside of a nice restaurant, candlelights and all that. I told her she better enjoy it. This is the nicest she's gonna have the whole trip. Period. We're in Ketchum, Idaho at the Pioneer place. So we just left the Pioneer Saloon in Ketchum. That's hot water. And we're by hot
You
springs.
can smell it, yeah.
Anyway, we just left the Pioneer Saloon in Ketchum, Idaho. We're now in the Sawtooth National Forest, I believe is what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And got some hot springs up here, which are pretty cool. Kristi has refused to let us stop though. So she is, in essence, denying us the pleasure of hot springs that we've never been to. But hey, whatever. So the Pioneer Saloon had a fantastic prime rib that was just a prime rib sandwich, excuse me. Awesome. And they're voted the best place on, according to Google, the top search result for a place to get baked potatoes. So, and I will say the baked potato was good.
It was very good. It was
And
huge.
God, we are so full right now that, you know, being on the road, you find yourself eating small meals. And so whenever we go and eat a full course meal like that of what a restaurant gives you, it's too much.
Well, I think I'm on my last belly hole.
Yeah.
And you're getting close.
Yeah, so we both lost a little bit of weight, which is good for me. Kristi might vanish if she loses anymore. But yeah, I've got plenty to lose. So, but anyway, we've decided to not stay in Ketchum, Idaho. The primary reason is it's 31 degrees. Yeah, 31 degrees is the low in Ketchum, Idaho. Now, that's not to say that where we're going is going to be any better. We really actually don't know where we're going. But what we decided to do was just to hunker down and just make some time up, because we want to hurry up and get down to Southern California where it's 85 degrees right now.
Sunny.
And sunny.
Beautiful.
And beautiful. Yeah. So that's the current situation, and that's what we're doing. We're on Carey Creek Road coming through the Sawtooth National Forest. Pretty high up in the mountains right now. We're outside of Ketchum, Idaho still, and hoping to make up some ground, because we do need to gain some ground. And a lot of forest fire damage here, but unfortunately I don't believe that this will be the last of the forest fire damage that we see. This forest fire, I think, was some time ago versus the forest fires that are going on right now. But it's kind of crazy how some's affected and some's not affected. And it's weird how it just kind of jumps around. But kind of an ominous look to this whole area here, though. Kristi made fun of Made fun of Avery. Scared.
Scared.
Yeah.
Scared, Uncle Bill.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the current situation, and hopefully we can get down to the bottom of the mountain before nightfall, so that way we can find a nice campsite that's not too incredibly cold. So the high in Ketchum was 49, and we caught it right at 49. Right now we're at the top of the mountain, and the temperature on the truck's reading 36 degrees. So I can't remember what Kristi said that the low was going to be today in Ketchum.
32.
32. I'm out on that. That doesn't even remotely sound fun to camp in, but that's kind of part of this whole adventure is challenge. The challenge of challenging yourself and going against what you would normally do. So we damn sure wouldn't pick a weekend where it's 36 degrees to go camp.
Heck no.
Although we did take some time to dream just a little bit, and like I said, we found out that Mojave is 85 degrees right now, sun shining. Southern California, Los Angeles is 80 degrees and sun shining, clear as day. So that's what we're hoping for. That's the pie in the sky. There is getting to those places and enjoying those warm temperatures that we're so used to. Alright, so Kristi and I came up to a roadblock on National Forest Road 227 outside of Ketchum, Idaho. We're actually in Fairfield, Idaho. Looks like it was closed near 𝗵𝒂𝒏𝒈 for a mudslide. So now we have to reroute all the way back around the mountain, essentially. Which to get to one intersection is 80 miles, which is going to put us there at about 9:30. What we're probably going to end up doing is camping at one of these campsites here, down at the bottom here, and then leaving out early in the morning. But I'd like to beat some of this rain if we could at all possible. So that's the current situation right now. And luckily we've already eaten, so that's not an issue. And well, we've got plenty of supplies and everything, even if we hadn't, but it's still kind of aggravating. But it is what it is. Alright, so as you can see by the stuff passing in front of the lens there, it's raining. And we got detoured through the Sawtooth National Forest, like I told you. But rather than trying to make the hike where it looked like we were going to have to go up some more mountain passes in the dark, I chose to go ahead and set up camp here. We got the big tent out in hopes that it's a little bit more weather resistant than the little tent. The little tent is just not made for this cold weather. It's called the Sun Dome. So anyway, so we're gonna set up. We've got the camp set up. We don't need to cook anything tonight because we ate dinner, luckily. And hopefully we'll get an early start first thing in the morning, and hopefully we'll keep dry and cool. That's the current situation. See you in the morning. Peace.